Shalom family. Well, as you guys can see, I am in the hospital and baby is here. So I know I told you guys that I was going to get more of the process, but the laboring was labor. It went all day from like 4 a.m. until about 9 something p.m. So baby's here, we're safe, we're doing well, and the journey is just beginning. So you guys stay tuned. We love you and we'll keep you posted. Shalom. We're headed home. We had to make a stop on the way home. Guys, my husband has been so amazing from beginning to end. I just love him and appreciate him so much just for everything, because he has been like such an intricate part of this whole process, and I could not be more happy and more proud to call myself Mrs. Thomas, because he's been amazing. Say hey, baby. Say baby, baby, baby. That's your baby brother. He like, I don't know what to think about this.
Hey. Hey, Sensei.
Shalom family. So it is officially day, I think, 2 that I've been home, or that me and baby have been home. As you guys can probably tell and see, we are in the classroom. So it's been a lot of adjustments. We were originally, of course, in the room, but we went in the bathroom and discovered some mold in there. So we're having to have some people to come out to look at the bathroom. So until then, baby and I are safely in the classroom, where we don't have any worries. So everything's been going great, but it's been quite an adjustment with 2 little babies, a brand new baby, and then Kiefer, who is kind of confused. So Kiefer is getting adjusted to the idea of this little baby being in the house, sharing time. It's kind of different from having Riley and Ruby Jane, but like I said, it's been an adjustment. We're still adjusting. Like I said, this is just day 2, I believe. Is this 2? This might just be day. This is my first or second full day, I think. Yeah, my second full day of being at home. We came home on Sunday. So, but yeah, so it's been quite a journey, and it's just getting started. sleep deprivation is real. Keeping a breastfeeding schedule is definitely is something. And especially right now because I'm strictly nursing, no pumping yet. I'll start pumping probably at the end of this week or going into next week. I probably won't start pumping until, probably a week from now. Give my milk enough time to continue to come in and increase. But thank you guys for all of the prayers and for following our journey. It's just getting started. And we love you guys so much. I just wanted to check in and let you guys know how everything was going. I'm not showing the baby just yet, but I will show him to you guys very soon. Shalom family, it's your sister again, Sister Ray about Yahuda Thomas, here today because I got a delivery. So guys, I cannot wait to give you my reviews and let you know how everything goes. Shalom. Hey, my boys. You love your baby brother?
But okay, make sure y'all is okay? Like, I'm trying to be very thoughtful about the transition. Like, to school every day and then.
Okay guys, so let's talk about my labor and delivery. So I labored all day long on preparation day on the Friday. My contractions started really around about 4:30 a.m. was when I first felt my first little contraction, but it wasn't really major, but I could tell it was a real contraction, not a Braxton Hicks. So that started around 4:30 in the morning. And it was kind of, like I said, just off and on. They were not super regular or anything like that. But different from a Braxton Hicks, which a Braxton Hicks contraction is like a false contraction. So it's like you can feel the tightening of like your belly and stuff like that, but it's not painful. So anyway, my contraction started at like 4:30 in the morning. And then went on until I had him, really. So started at 4:30 a.m. and then we didn't leave to go to the hospital until like 9 something, maybe like 9:15. No, not 9:15. Probably about 9:30 or 9:40 is when we left home to go to the hospital, because at that point my contractions were like consistently 4 minutes apart. We only live about 5 minutes from the hospital, so we weren't worried about anything. Definitely closer to the hospital this time than we were with Kiefer, which I almost had in the car. Kiefer did. I almost had Kiefer in the car. But so we got to the hospital around about like 9:40, 9:45, and got, checked in, and then the baby was born at 10:17 p.m. So as you can see, it was not a really long time. I did 4 pushes and that's it. He was here, which is the most I've done with any child, because normally I do 1 good push and they're here. So, but anyways, so it was a very smooth process. I didn't get any kind of pushback in any way with the way I wanted to be positioned. just anything. I think that the best thing to do is to labor at home as much as you possibly can. And then that way you're not having to worry about all the rigmarole of the hospital and what they want to do, because they don't have time to do that. They only have time to really accommodate you so that you're able to bring forth this life. So got there, got checked in, and they had to call my doctor. We don't live in an extremely big city. Our city is very small. It's a very small city, too big to call it a town, but it's a tiny city. So my doctor, we live about 5 minutes away from the hospital. My doctor lives about 2 or 3. So they called my doctor. He came, and like I said, we did 4 pushes and the baby was here. My husband was excellent. He's always an excellent coach, and just reassuring me that I'm doing a good job, and just, making sure that everything around me is going exactly how our birth plan speaks of. Made sure that they understood we were keeping our placenta, made sure they understood we were not doing any types of injections, any types of shots. He was just, he was my frontline defense, and he had my back at the same time. It was amazing. Like I said, my husband was awesome. And he's just so strong, he's not squeamish or anything. He's just like, there and watching and making sure. And, not that people will try to do you any type of way, if you're by yourself, because I don't want to make people feel fearful. But you definitely should be knowledgeable and cognizant of the fact that everybody's not out there for your best interest. Some of these doctors are just there to do their job and go home. And so it's great to have that support system along with you so that they're able to reassure you that they have you, and also there to make sure that nobody tries anything or nobody, wants to be on their own agenda. So my husband was so excellent. It was amazing. I wasn't in the hospital a long time, and because I did everything naturally, the process, it wasn't a long process, so I didn't have to stay in the hospital like 3 days, 4 days. I was really ready to go the very next day. I just ended up staying pretty much like a little bit over, well, definitely over 24 hours. Maybe like 36 hours I was in the hospital. And like I said, it's because I had a natural birth. So no drugs of any sort, no epidural, no none of that. Like I said, I labored at home, and the pain helps you push through. It helps you push through the contractions. So like I said, the birthing process was easy, if that's the word that you want to use for it. If you want to use the word easy, the term, it was an easy birth because there was no IVs. It was the same way with Kiefer. I didn't have any IVs. I wasn't hooked up to any kind of IV fluids. Like I said, we opted out of everything. And again, everything is according to your own personal preferences. Nothing that I'm saying, nobody has to do it the way we're doing it. We just follow the ruach and the spirit of, what the Most High has intended us to do, and we don't do a whole bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, so, it was, the process was not a difficult process. Let me say it like that. It wasn't difficult. And living in the state of Texas, I can definitely say, I'm not a political person at all. I used to be. I'm not anymore. But living in a conservative state, you don't face the same opposition as you do in other states. I can say it like that, just based off of my own personal experience, having babies in North Carolina and then having a baby in Texas. Even the homeschool, even though this is not a vlog about homeschooling, but even the homeschooling process, everything is just different here in Texas opposed to how it was in North Carolina. Living in a conservative state, they champion the parents having the first and final say. So no pushback on, like, it's certain vaccines they didn't even ask me to get while I was pregnant. Like North Carolina, they were pushing me. they were like mistreating me because I would not get certain vaccines. So because I didn't want vaccinations and stuff like that for myself while I was pregnant, after I had Kiefer, I didn't allow Kiefer to get any shots or heel pricks or any of that kind of stuff like that. And in North Carolina, like I said, they were looking at me like I had 4 heads. So like I said, everybody has to follow their own moral compass and has to follow their own discernment and discretion. We seek the Most High first in all that we do. So we were not worried about any of that stuff at all. So like I said, back to the situation at hand. So being in Texas, like I said, they didn't give me a hard time about anything. It was just simple. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not going to do that. Sign off on paperwork. And that was it. Everything was very clear cut, to the point. No back and forth. Nobody trying to convince me of anything. Nobody trying to be like, well, none of that. It was just straight to the point. Even like with the circumcision for the baby, which that's different from like I was letting them know, like, we're not going to do the circumcision in the hospital because they do it on like day 1, day 2 of life. So that goes against our rules, regulations. That goes against the Torah. Our sons have to be not vaccinated. Our sons have to be circumcised on the 8th day. It's supposed to be on the 8th day, but we knew because when we had the baby that it wasn't gonna be able to be on the 8th day because the 8th day was the Shabbat and nothing was open, and our doctor wasn't available on that day, clearly. So we had to do the very next best thing, which is a couple of days after. So, which is fine, which was kind of to be expected. Like I said, being in the land of our captivity, it's a lot of things we just really don't have much control over. We do our best to, follow the Torah as closely as we possibly can and do things, as close to, if not perfect, but we strive for perfection, and perfection is nothing more than, following the commandments. And there's certain things that's outside of our control, and we continue to pray for grace for the things that are outside of our control, but everything that's in our control, we do. But anyways, so like I said, labored at home all day, all night, and then like I said, so labored at home, and then delivery was successful. Everything went well. The experience at the hospital was good. Everybody was nice. Everybody wasn't my favorite, but everybody was nice and everybody was professional, which is great. And so that was my labor and delivery experience. I kept my placenta. With this placenta, we are going to plant our placenta in our backyard, in our garden area. And not in our food garden area, over in our flower garden area. Well, it's not, it don't have flowers yet. But anyways, we're going to plant it over there where our flower garden is going to be. So that's where we're planting our placenta. Last time with our placenta, my doula that we had, she encapsulated it and she made like little keepsakes and she did a whole bunch of different stuff with it. And I'll see if I can put that those 2 videos about the placenta. I'll put those in the description if I remember, so you guys can go watch that. But yeah, that was my labor and delivery. So it's not much of a story, but that's what I experienced during my labor and delivery process. And of course, if you guys have any other questions about my labor or delivery, you can definitely put those in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to address those, answer those for you guys, because I'm an open book. As you guys can see, my life is on YouTube. So but that's my labor and delivery. Everything is going great, and I'm healing. And I'll probably do another check-in to just talk about how I'm healing and how the process is going after that, because it's definitely a process. After you have the baby, it's definitely a process for your body to just get back to where it was, for your mental, for your hormones. Everything has completely readjust. So it's definitely been a readjusting that's happening currently. So but just enjoying it, just enjoying the baby, and enjoying the process, taking it easy as possible, and reminding myself to take it easy, and reminding myself to allow my loved ones that are around me to help me and allow them to love on me, which, you know, it could be hard when you're used to running and doing everything around the house and allowing somebody else to do it. So, but yeah, so like I said, that's that for the labor and the delivery process this time around. So I'll do another vlog and I'll go more into detail about you know, just the whole aftermath and everything else. But anyways, I'm about to pump, and then I'll be back. Something that is absolutely essential during my postpartum experience is vitamin D. So just stepping outside is definitely important to get some rest while baby is sleeping, which is exactly what he's doing. But to also take some time alone, to just be with the Father, be alone with your thoughts, and just take in some fresh air.
Y'all hear right there, the tornado warning. Don't know if it's actually gonna hit, but it's starting to get windy out here. As you can see, the trees is blowing, you know. Have a tornado warning out here. Hopefully it don't touch down, you know, here.
Family, today is the day that our little baby Prince is getting his circumcision. And this is such a big deal, especially to us, because this is not only just a normal routine thing. This is a monumental occasion, because this is the baby's, you know, first instance of, you know, following a commandment, partaking in a tradition that's generations old, that was established through and by the Most High and his will for us as his children. So we are so excited and prayerful for the baby as he is getting his circumcision today. So I'm outside, and Dad, my husband, he's in there with the baby as he's getting his circumcision. So, like I said, it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking a little bit, because, you know, I don't want him to be in pain and everything. But like I said, we know that it's necessary and it's commanded. So just raising and bringing up our little commandment keepers. So it's just such a blessing. And we're just so, you know, happy, excited, and prayerful. So I'm out here in the car, we're in the van right now, just, checking in, and I'm about to walk the grounds a little bit and pray, and just believe the Most High for success. So we know that he's in good hands because he's in the hands of the Most High, and his dad is in there, just as he was with our other son, Kiefer. So we're so excited to be able to share in this monumental occasion that many of us take for granted because it's just something that little boys do. Not all, but for most of us, most of our sons get circumcised and stuff like that. But of course, we know, being in this truth, being an Israelite, being a Hebrew, this has been a part of the Abrahamic family tree. That's something that we do. We get circumcisions. The boys get circumcised on, not as if the girls can get circumcised, but the boys get circumcised on the 8th day. Unfortunately, because we are in the land of our captivity, sometimes we are not able to do it exactly as it's told to us to do. But definitely, like I said, it's still imperative to follow the commandments and do what thus saith the Most High. So that's what we're doing. And like I said, I'm outside. I'm about to get out and walk the grounds and just, pray and just, trust the Most High to lead and guide the hands of the physician, because he is the greatest physician there is. So just wanted to check in and let you guys know that that's what's going on. And we'll probably check in a little bit later after after the baby comes out from his procedure. And we'll check back in and everything with you. Let you guys know how everything went. Well, guys, all went well. We are back home, and the baby is resting right now. He's a little fussy, but he's resting. So everything went well. All praise to the Most High. I will keep you guys posted.